Not when Hamza's in his car. Well, anyone want to tap that in? It was ahead at the end of 62, I think. Coming through the final few corners. To the final. It'll be an all Aston Martin front row. It is the Aston duo of Tony and Nick on the front row. It is Hags and Lewis on the second row. It is Blarg and Dave. It's Blarg and Dave on the third, Beckford and Jay on the fourth, Mav and Rob on the fifth, Paul C and Hom on the sixth, Amber Stefano on the seventh, DP and CJ on the eighth, while Monty is on the ninth. Can yes, want to no. Alright, if there's a first lap safety car. Good luck all. Good luck all. Away we go. Race 2 of the SRL season. Hags is around, well, sideways. No, he's still fine. He's almost parked against the wall and then restarted from there. It's softs for Hom, Paul C and Stefano. Hards for Blarg, CJ, DP and Mav. Being both side by side. On the hotel. Contact between the two Red Bulls. Jay, the only one to stop. Lap one. Others do have damage though. Technically leads from Nick, Blarg, Dave, and Begford as DRS is now enabled. There's mediums for Tony. Hags gets DP for 12th. Pulsey is 6th, just behind Beckford. No longer behind Beckford. Once he gets Stefano 14th as well. Hags plus Mav into 11th. That is Stefano though. Rob past Harmon to 7th. Once he gets DP for 13th. And Blarg gets Nick for 2nd. Hom and Lewis side by side. A couple of corners. Pulsey in off his softs. Yellow flag. That's the bog. Drop to 4th. Let's get CJ for 8th. Lewis and CJ both get Hom, who drops down to 9th. CJ led a bit of contact with Lewis round chicane. CJ will have the DRS on Lewis. He won't be the only one. CJ Lewis and Hom all on the track together. Hags round again. Hags down to 13th. I think he's more just recovering. Rejoining safely. Staying out though. Amber in. Oh, it is him. Mouth past Hom into 9th. Hags past DP into 12th. Hom in. Hags drops. Drops it behind DP, Stefano and Pulsey. Down to 14. He was on softs. So we have Pulsey ruining it, but there was Mercedes, Saubers and Alpines all 2x2. Williams also running 5th and 6th. Let's get Stefano for 13th. That's because you keep swapping positions. Hank's bouncing over the chicane. There he is, Hank's up to 12th. Oh no, they are 2x2 again. This time Sauber's in front of Mercedes and Alpine. And Lewis with a time pen coming in. So hards for both Lewis and Rob. Former picking up a time pen. Stefano also in from his softs. Mediums go on to Stefano. Off softs, onto mediums. Yes. Rob comes out in between Jay and Hom and going through the chicane. Lewis has also ended up there. And Dave and Beckford both in. We've only got 12 more of them. So Dave's putting on a second set of mediums. Beckford's gone for hearts. Dave out in ninth. And Beckford comes out ahead of this pack. Is he going to suffer the same fate as what Rob did on the previous lap? Rob coming out ahead, but ending up behind. Double. The second detection is just after the chicane. As Tony boxes from the lead. Might have done a few years ago, but it's been like this for a while. Blogs boxed off hard. Tony Hanks is also in. Yes. TP is also in. All ahead of Jane's 12th. Sure you'll find them fun later on. Tony past Mav into 4th. Monty in. Mediums are done 11. Leader Nick is the only one that is only starting mediums as Jerome picks up a time pen. And Paul C gets CJ for 2nd. Tony has to do it around the outside and gets it done. Up to 3rd. Nope, Hom's boxed. And also lost the position to Hom. Nick is in. Mav will join him. It's hard for both. That is Nick out in 4th. Mav will be out in 12th. Hearts. Comes out just behind former teammate Jay. Well, that might not be too much longer. Mav ahead now up to 11th. Hanks gets Stefano for 15th. Just one driver on their starting tyres. Monty time pen. Monty. Lewis in 7th, Jay in 12th, Monty 14th. All time pens. We've had them 3 laps. Too much battle. Someone will win it. Blog past Dave into 5th. Beckford's past Hom into 8th. I'm not sure you want Hags' tyre wear from this race though. We are half race distance. I could have some fun. Exactly. CJ and Nick side by side through the chicane. Defence was made. But Nick will get him into the hairpin. That is 3.8 to Hags. Correct. You're the only one get to pit. We're starting hot. Yep. Barg gets teammate CJ for 4th. Dave eyeing up CJ on the first of the 2 straights. CJ, he gets Blarg, who will then take him back on the outside of the chicane. And Dave now is in the Haas sandwich to getting past CJ. Seven. Correction, you've had this is the 7th. Yep. CJ in. And Lewis time pen. Sometimes. CJ out on mediums in 13th. Just ahead of Amber. I've heard of Holm into 7th. Jay and Monty side by side. Where are we looking, Tom? Yep, and then there's a 4.5 second gap. It's Pulsey boxes. Yep. Holm's tyres are 3 laps older than yours. Now it's gone hard. Amber in. CJ gets J for 12th. Nine laps. That's hot. Dave in. As is Hom. A 12 for Nick. It doesn't sound like your race. Dave out in 11th on his hards. Hom out in 14th on his. CJ gets Monty for 9th. Hags gets J for 12th. And a time pen for Monty. Lewis boxes. You've raced with Stefano before, right? $11. Pulsey gets Mav for 4th. And Dave picks up a time pen. And as a result, Ambers decide to overtake DP. 15th. Pulsey goes purple. It is. And where's the Dave just in front of him? Doesn't sound like it's happened. Dave almost into the back of CJ on the back, first of the back straights. Now ahead up to 8th. Hax gets Monty for 11th. CJ will get Dave back for 8th. Dave off the track, allowing Lewis up to 9th. Blog in. Dave past Lewis into 9th. Nope. It is the safety car. Mistake from Beckford on the inside of the final corner. Tony's just boxed from the lead. Safety car is on the sector 1 line. Pulsey time pen. Safety car here, Tone. We'll blog up to third. Fourth, fifth, seventh, 9th, 16th. Penultimate corner. So the safety car is. Troubled. Nope. You might be DP, but that is J. Stefano in. DP also in. Warm. Be prepared for restart. Where? There. In this lap. Not yet. That was just to say that it's coming in. Order is Tony, Nick, Blarg, Pulsey, Dave, Mav, Lewis, Rob, Monty and Amber, your top 10. CJ, Hags, Hom, Beckford, Stefano, Jerome and DP rounds out the order. 4 laps remain. All 17 starters are still in the race. J time pen. Pulsey past Blarg into third. Mav and Lewis side by side. Mav will retain his 6th. Hex past Amber into 12th. Lewis past Mav into 6th. Hom to 12th. And Tony goes purple. 26.6. Monty time pen as Beckford gets past Amber. Pulsey past Nick into 2nd. And DP gets Stefano for 16th. 3-way into the chicane here. Dave, Lewis, and Mav. Lewis now past Dave into 5th. Monty tried around the outside of Rob, around the hairpin. Rob will remain in 8th. As DP becomes latest to pass Amber. Amber also picks up a time pen. Two laps to go. Yellow flag for Beckford out of 1 as well. Marv gets Dave for 6th. Dave will get him back on the exit of the chicane. And Marv has jumped both Lewis and Dave up to 5th. Monty around the outside of CJ at the hairpin, second hairpin, up to 9th. Lewis gets Dave for 6th. Leader's just starting the final lap. Time penalties are going to cost some drivers here. How punched up the midfielders. So we're going to focus on this last lap. Next side by side with CJ into the chicane. Not get it done. CJ holds on to 10th. Hom and Jay keep swapping positions. She did not. Dave and Lewis are side by side. Lewis now leads the pair of them. Out of the final corner, it's a win for Tony. Pulsey will finish second on track, but lose out to Nick on his penalty. It is 4th for Blarg, 5th for Mav. We'll let these penalties sort themselves out. 6th Rob, 7th Hags, 8th CJ, 9th Dave. It's 10th. It's 10th for Hom. 11th Lewis, 12th Jay, 13th DP, 14th Stefano. He loses out to DP by 16 thousandths. It's 15th Monty, 16th Amber, 17th for Beckford. One, two there, of course, for Aston Martin. heading to Zandvoort for the next round on Sunday. Until then, we will send it to Nick for the post-race.